partial class allows the class definition to be split in more than one parts. What you can see here, definition of class customer. In this class, I have defined two member variables, customer ID and customer name, and a method print details. Using partial classes, we can split the class definition into two parts as shown here. You can see here the same customer class is now split into two parts. In part 1, I have defined member variables, customer ID and customer name. And in part 2, I have defined method print details. So basically, neither of the part is complete, or in other words, it is only partial definition of class. This is called as partial class. You can note here the partial keyword mentioned. It indicates that this is partial definition of class and not full definition. Compiler merge partial class definitions together and then compiles. So at the end, there is only one definition of combined class. And hence, as a developer, you cannot have conflicting members in part class definition. For example, exactly same method signature in both parts. This capability to split class definition into multiple partial parts allows us to physically separate class definition into even separate files. And this gives very interesting capabilities to C# developer. Because of partial class feature, now at a time more than one developer can work on a class definition. And very interestingly, you can have part of class auto-generated using a tool and part of class handcrafted by a developer. ASP.NET development is a classic application of this. In ASP.NET, the page class definition is split into two parts. One part is generated by Visual Studio and in other part, developer can write code to handle various events. So, even if ASP.NET design is changed by Visual Studio, the developer code remains intact.